It's not gonna be perfect, and that's completely fine. It's not, but we're gonna do it anyway. Let me tell you something that I don't say out loud very often. I didn't come to this chapter of my life because I had everything together. If anything, my life looked fine, but something was wrong with me. I was functioning, I was showing up, I was checking boxes. I wasn't taking any prisoners, okay? I'm not that type of person who, when challenges happen, I shy away from them. I go toward them very headstrong. Somehow I was feeling disconnected, misplaced, not feeling like myself, and I was slowly deteriorating. So the reason why I'm here today is because I want to start over, but I don't want to start over in the traditional sense, like 75 hard or any type of productivity challenge, because I'm productive everywhere else. I want to show up quietly. I want to rebuild my life at this stage in an intentional way. I want to go about life more gently instead of burning out like I'm currently am in this state. If this sounds like you, welcome, and trust me, you're not alone. This isn't going to be a glow up channel. This isn't going to be hustle, hustle, hustle until you fall out channel. And it's definitely not going to be, here are my 5 habits to fix my life. This is going to be real life here. Well, my life. Even though we're in February, I'm still claiming this year is my ultimate reset year. And this is me, starting in real time. I usually don't show people this side of my house looking like this because I am a fabulous person, but I have to be honest with you and not lie to you nor myself as to the state that I am in right now. For context, my name is Chris. I'm in my 30-somethings, well, late 30-somethings. I work a 9 to 5. I love journaling, quiet moments, anything art related, gaming, but most of all, just finding meaning in the small things in life, which I haven't allowed myself to do in the last few years. And part of this reset journey is going back to doing those things. Over the past few years, I thought that if I kept my head down, if I stayed quiet, if I stayed very productive, that my life would just fall into place. You know, when you're in your 20s and you look towards your 30s and you're like, wow, my 30s are going to be amazing. Not so much for me. And it's not to say that there isn't small, amazing things that happen in my life every day, but I know I'm not living up to, what did the younger say? Looking back 10 years ago, 26 me is not impressed. But not in a productive way, not in a career way, not in any sort of way, but just something that resonates with me, and I'm trying to find that again. Like, I learned how to be capable without being cared for, and that comes from being the first daughter to a single mother. I learned how to keep going even when I didn't need rest because of hustle culture. And generally, I just learned how to survive really well. What I didn't learn is how to pause and ask myself, is this life actually working for me? Instead, I powered through, I minimized my exhaustion. I swallowed a lot of difficult moments, grief, so other people in my life could feel comfortable and I wasn't a burden to them. And the scary part is that I didn't know how far I took it until recently because nothing had really collapsed until now. And here's the truth that I had to be honest with myself. I wasn't happy because I was failing. I was unhappy because I'm disconnected with who I really am. I'm disconnected with my why. I'm disconnected with so many things in my life that was uniquely me. Most days I feel disconnected from my body. I feel disconnected from my emotion, and I feel disconnected from my inner voice that used to really guide me in my 20s. I lived through so many cycles of overcompensating, overcommitting, not resting enough, and just generally letting life go by. Thinking that next week is going to be different, next Monday is going to be different, this Sunday I'm going to prioritize myself. All those little lies I told myself that I was getting reconnected with, but I didn't. And when I did try to change, I went all in. It was all about new goals, new routines, new lifestyles that I thought I could maintain, but didn't realize that I didn't have the energy or mental bandwidth to do it. And then we ended up here where my mental state and nervous system are completely checked out. Not dramatically, not overnight, not all at once, but I feel it. It's tapped out. But after trying all of those things, I now understand what needs to change. It's not changing my life overnight, the way I'm living inside of my life and taking control of that, even in small steps. So instead of chasing motivation, I'm going to start chasing structure. Instead of focusing on productivity, I'm focusing on, is this rhythm good enough for where I am right now? Instead of reinventing myself for the 11 million time, I'm actually going to focus on the part of me that stays true consistently throughout the year. In essence, I'm just returning to who I am, not building someone new. I'm stopped asking myself, how do I fix me? I'm starting to ask, how do I support me right now in this moment? So after sitting down with myself, I came up with a system that I think is pretty good, at least for me in the States. It's not a miracle method or a quick fix. It's not even a personality overhaul of trying to become someone I'm not. It's a framework for living gently, intently, and honestly. I started with the basics as my 3 anchor points. Routine, the schedule in which you do every day. Rest, whether it be active or indoors, something fun. And then reflection, what's going on inside my head, what I'm truly thinking and feeling as I'm going through all of these new structures in my life. And then I broke it down even further into 4 aspects of my life. My head, where literally everything happens. My heart, how I'm feeling. Health, where I'm showing up in that part of my life. And then home. As you can see, I haven't been showing up in my home a lot. All of these are very small changes with daily check-ins, so I don't feel overwhelmed, burnt out, and I can actually focus on those core 4 things without feeling like everything is changing overnight, because I think that was the root of the issue, to be honest. In essence, that's what this channel is going to be about. I'm going to go through this new framework and structure to make sure that I can reconnect with myself again. And that will be my reset year. In order to hold myself accountable, I'm going to be showing up here every Sunday. I'm going to document my life, no matter how imperfect it is, to show you what rebuilding self-trust looks like in real time. What you'll see is real routines on hard days, reflections that aren't so pretty and wrapped up in perfect packages, hard conversations with real truth, and journal prompts that will help me and you along the way if you choose to join me. It's not about becoming someone new. It's about returning to yourself, which is more important. And because just hopping on the camera as a type A person isn't always the most helpful, I have made a planner, not to optimize my life, but to make sure that I am truly committed to myself this time around. It helps me set intentions without pressure, plan days realistically, reflect on myself instead of criticize myself, and do weekly resets without shame of saying that I didn't get all my tasks done. If you're someone like me who is looking for growth but doesn't want to be too rigid, I do think this planner could help you with that. And we're going to experiment with it over the next year. If you're someone who wants structure without being rigid and growth without self-punishment, I think this planner could be for you as well. You'll find the link in my description box below. If this also resonated with you and you're starting over quietly and looking to come back to yourself, I'd love for you to stay and join me on this journey. Subscribe if you want to take this walk with me this year. Comment if you're on your own reset journey, and maybe check out the planner if it's something that you could use in your own reset year. Just like my life, this series is going to be ongoing, imperfect, but I'm going to choose to show up here and in my life. I'm not going to be chasing a better version of myself, and I don't want you to either. Let's think of it as we're coming home to ourselves. I think that has a nice ring to it. So I'll see you in the next reflections. See you.